His relative had returned from the other side to prove through this small demonstration that there is no such thing as death. The first time I absolutely proved to myself I was clairvoyant, that's clear vision, psychic vision, and clairaudient, which is psychic hearing. I'd been practicing to develop this for some time before this experience. It describes the time when I was in Switzerland visiting an elderly member of the Aetherius Society. One evening, as we sat alone discussing metaphysical subjects of mutual interest, I became acutely aware of a third person in the room. I could discern that he was wearing formal military dress and a dress sword, as though attending an official royal or military function. To me at the time, the whole experience was completely natural. A skeptic would say I was seeing things, and if no more had happened, it would be perfectly reasonable for him to dismiss it as a hallucination or pure imagination. But then, the military gentleman spoke to me. Again, I must admit that at that stage in my psychic development, the exact accent and intonation were blurred. The words, though, were absolutely clear. He asked me to go to the bookshelf where I would find an encyclopedia. He told me to open it at the name Rommel and to read a particular paragraph aloud. Embarrassed, yet excited by this experience, I did just that and read out the paragraph to my elderly friend, whose mouth dropped open in astonishment. The paragraph described an incident in which a particular British general had been taken captive by Rommel early in the Second World War. It was not the strategic implications of this defeat that staggered my friend, though. It was the fact that, unbeknown to me, this general, who was named in the text, had been a close relative of his. For personal reasons, I cannot reveal exact names and relationships, but his relative had returned from the other side to prove through this small demonstration that there is no such thing as death. His surname was different from that of my friend, and I had no previous knowledge of this side of his family, his mother's side. Further personal messages were passed from one to the other through my psychic intervention, for my friend was not able to see or hear his relative. This is another personal incident which is one of thousands that happen to people everywhere. Indeed, I've been privileged to experience dozens of cases myself since then, some of which were far more important and just as convincing as this one. So have numerous mediums, psychics, and intuitive people from all parts of the world. Natural as it seemed to me at the time, I must say I had to pinch myself afterwards to see whether I was dreaming, but I realized that I had started to show signs of an ability I had been working to develop for some time. The ability to practice clairvoyance, psychic vision, and clairaudience, psychic hearing. That's just one small example which happened to me, and through which I knew that I had no knowledge of this relative, I had no knowledge of the connection with Rommel, or that the Encyclopedia Britannica was even on the bookshelf. So I knew this was absolute firm proof. A skeptic could question it, and that's why I say unlock your psychic powers. Then you will know that they are real.